Our affirmation today is I walk through every challenge. And I know that I frequently talk about challenges because a lot of us have challenges in life. And as we talk about a lot, we're New Thought students, so we're constantly learning. And just like in school, you didn't learn the multiplication table one time and then walk away and not constantly have it driven into you, because that's what being a student is. That's what learning is there's a lot of redundancy. So a lot of times I'll talk about the challenge that we have in life. We all have financial challenges. We have health challenges. When I was preparing this affirmation, I actually was taking into mind people. A lot of times we deal with people. You have a neighbor who maybe is a jerk, or you have a boss who's an idiot, or you have a landlord who, never fixes anything. He's a deadbeat. When you're in that situation, rather than have the boss be a jerk or the neighbor this, swap out that word for challenge. My boss is a challenge. My neighbor is a challenge. My landlord is a challenge, because most of us have in us somewhat of a little bit of a competitive drive. When most of us are met with a challenge, it's our desire to overcome that. So rather than write the person off, oh, there's no dealing with that person because he's a whatever he is. You know what? He's a challenge, and I'm going to overcome that because I know that I can walk through every challenge. And so, again, this is your boss, your coworker. Some of us have in-laws, or even some of our own darling little children are oftentimes a bit of a challenge. In every situation, replace that, whatever that adjectives that you're using to describe them. Say, this person is a challenge, and I know that I have the means to walk through every challenge. Even just take a few minutes and meditate and reflect, because we know that those are two tools that are very, very helpful to us. Prayer is definitely a great tool, and it solves everything. If we bring our issue to this consciousness and we share it with our higher power, we know that the resolution is coming. Unfortunately, it isn't always exactly what we want, but it is the resolution to the highest good. And so we have to be able to sit and walk through the process and understand as you go along. But the important thing is to not give up and not dismiss people. Understand, replace that. They're a challenge, and you know that you can overcome every challenge. Our question this week is, what holds me back? So when you're in the face of a challenge, what's holding you back? What's keeping you from walking through that challenge? And so as you're going through your week and you're dealing with some person who's giving you some difficulty, now that you know that you've substituted whatever colorful adjective you might have for that person with challenge, what's holding you back from resolving that challenge, from overcoming that challenge and walking through that challenge? And is it just you possibly changing the way that you're looking at the situation? Often, we do get upset with a neighbor because they're noisy, or they don't do something, or they're upset with us because they think we should be doing something. So a lot of times, just put yourself in that person's shoes, try to change your point of view. So again, just change your way of looking at it. Today, I also wanted to incorporate into our service the daily word. I think a lot of you are familiar with the publication from Unity Village, the Daily Word, and those are often very inspiring, and they're certainly very consistent with our own New Thought beliefs. So the word that is for today is guidance. I am guided from within, and this is absolutely consistent with walking through the challenges, because you have the guidance from within to walk through any challenge. So whether you face major or minor decisions, the guidance you need is readily available. Whether you go to experts to get advice, or you listen to the opinions of friends or family, or you gather data somewhere to make an informed decision, you have access to guidance, and you do have the guidance to walk you through every challenge, regardless of whether it's your neighbor or your boss or your family members, your in-laws. You do have that power to walk within. So again, going back to the daily word, we're told to surrender the situation at hand. So if you do feel like it's overwhelming, you know what? There's nothing you can do about the way so-and-so is acting, this challenge. This is when you just surrender it up and let go and let God. I surrender the situation at hand, and with gratitude, I invite divine guidance to be revealed. I listen to the whisper of my heart, which is always life-affirming, loving, and good. As I turn within to the source of divine guidance, my way becomes clear. So when you meet that challenge that maybe just changing your way of thinking isn't resolving, know that this is definitely the time when prayer is going to be your solution. This is how you're going to resolve it. You're going to go within, you're going to pray, and you're going to give it up to this higher source and say, resolve this to its highest good, and then just leave it alone and let it take place, let it happen. And we all can do that. And as you're going through the week and you do have these challenges that you're encountering, just ask yourself, what's holding me back? What is keeping me from having a good, healthy, stable relationship with this challenging person in my life? And take the time to pray on it, put yourself in the other person's shoes, and know that you can get through any challenge.